Hello everybody, and welcome to mindful and physical therapy based workouts. We are in for core and a stretch. So we'll work the core, we'll work the back part of the core system too, quite intensely, but then we'll also take some time to stretch and lengthen and reach. We'll use a ball and we'll get started on the mat. Let's go. All fours, the ball is going to go in between our legs. So not just the knees, but really in between your inside thighs. Place your hands underneath your shoulders and just settle on the mat in your all fours. And inhale, and on your exhale, go into a nice cat stretch and squeeze the ball, activating your inside thighs, and into a cow stretch. Inhale. Moderate in your neck. Tuck it in on the exhale for your cat stretch. Nice and round. Tuck in your tailbone too. You want to have an even flexion through the whole spine, even extension through the whole spine. Include your pelvic floor. Include your abs deeply. And create awareness in your shoulders and your shoulder joints. You want to wake up your rotator cuff by pressing into the mat intentionally. Feel the feedback around the ball of the shoulder joint. One more time. And then find your neutral all fours, making sure you're wide in your shoulder blades and neutral in your spine. Tuck your toes under, inhale, and on your exhale, squeeze into the ball and hover your knees and inhale lower. Exhale, pulling your abdominal wall deep inside your back. And now check what the ball gives you for your pelvic floor. So you want to squeeze into the ball, activate your inside thighs, and feel your pelvic floor co-activating. And with your pelvic floor, you're also co-activating in your transverse abdominis across your lower part of the pelvis, lower abs, between the pelvic crests, and wrapping around into your back, into the fascia of the back. So you get those stabilizers in your back on too. And next time you'll stay up there and then just squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And lower your knees, sit yourself back. Reach your arms forward for a first nice stretch of your shoulders. Lengthen your neck. Lengthen all the way down your spine. And then pull into a flat back. So keep some contact with the ball in between your legs, but you're just about touching with your belly, pubic bone, and then take the hands to your forehead, elongate and widen, and then inhale and almost try to touch the ball with your nose and extend into a flat back, working your glutes. And then from here, extend your right arm forward and out and bring it back. And your left arm forward and out and bring it back. With your core trying to even out the slight asymmetry. Working those back muscles, feeling grounded and anchored in your lower back and glutes. And then one more time each side, curling in and then just rolling in, bringing the arms down and the head down into the mat. You can rest on the ball now. So your rib cage, your belly will be resting on the ball. Try to really release onto it. Feeling wide in your back and breathe into your back. Expand and then let it go. And then onto your forearms. Keep that ball. Walk your knees back so that you have the spacing right for a plank. So you've got your toes tucked under, and then push into the plank and just hold it right here. And then twist one side of the pelvis down and then twist the other way, keeping that tight squeeze in the ball. So you should feel pelvic floor switched on, your deep abdominals, the ribs are pulling in into your center line. Now feel wide in your shoulder blades. Try to pull them apart. Lift it through your face. Your gaze is down between your arms. So you try to lengthen through your neck. If you can, keep your forearms parallel for some external rotation in your shoulders. And now we'll stay on one side and we'll just dip slightly and lift. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then other side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lower all the way down, lying down onto your stomach, and inhale. And then exhale, lift and bring the arms all the way down, reaching through your fingertips down to your feet, and then inhale. And exhale, squeezing into the ball, lengthening through your legs, working your glutes, back extensors. The abs are pulling in away from the mat. Palms are facing down and thumbs out. So you continue working on the external rotation in your shoulders. No worries about the ball not leaving the floor. That is totally fine. And then hold it up. And now just bring the arms up and down and up and down, making sure your shoulders are pulled back. We're working length. We're working strength in your back extensors, in your glutes, your hamstrings. And as you point your feet, you're working your calves. So feel that whole posterior chain working. 10, 9, 8, support through your abs. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then take the hands underneath your shoulders and slowly push back gently and then release down. Inhale, really relaxing your pelvis for a moment and push back into a modified cobra stretch. Making sure you're pushing out of the shoulders to not sit in the joint there. And now transfer the weight onto your knees and then push and just lift a little bit here to pull your abs all the way into your back, activate your glutes, and then go down again. So obviously you're working your triceps here too, but you want to feel the abs in the first place. So peel them off the mat in one piece. So the whole front of your body leaving the mat at the same time. Squeezing them in. Try to orient your elbows backwards. So it all starts with the exhale. And the exhale is what peels off the abs off the mat. You're still squeezing the ball. It's going to help you to stabilize. Three more. One piece. Exhale. And then just one more. And we'll stay up and you sit yourself back. Reach your arms forward. And then slowly roll yourself up into seated. And we'll have a nice side bend to the left. And you try to release the left shoulder, release the right shoulder, release your head into a side bend. Breathing into your right side. And then look up to the ceiling. Look down to the floor. Keep opening. And then bring it back. Other side, leaning over to the right. Dropping the right shoulder, dropping the left shoulder, dropping the head. And look up. And then down to the floor, opening through your left. And then bring it back. And we'll transfer onto the right side. We got the left hand pressing into the ball. Inhale. And then exhale. Lift the pelvis up. Inhale, tap. Exhale, up. Pressing that right elbow down and lift through the right shoulder. Try to be light on the right shoulder. And two more. And one more. And now try to do it the other way around. So your elbow will be on the ball. The hand will be down on the ground, on the floor. Inhale and exhale. Lift and inhale. Lots of stability required. If this is too much, you can always go back to the first version. Work your core, side core, closing through the front. 4, 3. Some good stability work in your shoulder. 2. And 1. And then open your knees so that you can do a side bend. And then come back. Left hand back on the ball. And you're going to have your feet stacked on top of each other. We're back on that right shoulder. And then you push yourself up here. And then from here, just tap down with your hip and push up. And tap down. And push. Give your glutes some squeeze, a little bit of activity, and push into the ball with your left hand. Lots of side core work, tapping down. Make sure those shoulders, both of them, are happy. You want to pull back in the joint. Check in with your feet. Keep them well positioned. Last 2. And 1. And now take the ball underneath that side and bend the bottom leg. Reach out through the top And the top arm is gonna just reach far away. Take a moment here to really elongate, to stretch, as we promised. Some deep breathing to open the whole left side. And then bring it back. We're going to switch to the other side. Starting off with the right hand on the ball, and we'll be on that left elbow, prepping the left shoulder. So making sure we're pulled back in the joint. Inhale, exhale, push into the ball and lift here. And tap down, lift. Closing your abdominal wall into your back. And push into the ball. Last 4. 3. 2. And 1. And then onto the ball with your left elbow. The right hand goes onto the floor, pressing into the mat. Inhale, and then exhale, lift, and down. Lots of stability work. And again, if this is too much, too wobbly, you can always go back to the first version. 5 more. The abs are pulling in and stabilizing. 4. Keep the shoulders happy. 3. 2. And 1. And let's take a nice side bend here. This time I'm going to hold on to the ball, not to lose it. And then bring it back onto that same left shoulder. We're going to stack our feet. Now push up into the side plank. And then it's just a tap of the pelvis, of the hip down, and tap. Bring it back up. Keep lifting out of that left shoulder. Five more. 4. 3. 2. And 1. And then release. And coming up to bring the ball into your side. And then reach through the top leg, bend the bottom leg, and take a nice lean over here, breathing into it, taking some time. Some good breathing into the right side, reaching away with your leg, reaching away with your arm. And then bring it back up. Bring the ball between your legs, between your knees this time. And we're going to inhale. And then exhale, squeeze into the ball. Try to hollow out through here. And then slowly roll. And either you do a halfway, you do a 3/4, or you can even go further onto your lumbar spine, going all the way. And reach here. We're stretching out. And then chin to chest. And we're slowly rolling back up. And we're circling here too. And going down. And inhale. And exhale. And if you want to do the smaller ones, this is going to look like this. Or you go all the way and chin to chest, coming up, working on that smooth rolling, reaching, lengthening. You want to flex back and carve out and pull the abs deep inside. One more time. And then extend your legs and then just lean over. And maybe you can drop your forehead on the ball. Maybe that's too far down, so no forcing anything here in the stretch. And breathe into your lower back. You try to not pull on your back, but just let it happen. Get a stretch for the back of your legs. Letting go of the shoulders. And then come back and bring the ball behind your lower back. And we're gonna just mold and work our lower back into the ball. The arms are forward, first stage, making sure it's nicely centered so you can really concentrate on the abs now. And really carve out, pull in. You want to engage your transverse, your obliques. So your rectus abdominis, the straight one, isn't going to take over and push out and forward, but you want to really wrap it around. So try to pull back into the ball here, really pulling back as much as you can. And then if you want to step up your game, you take your hands in front of the chest. And you curl in. And inhale. Articulating your lower back, extension, flexion, including your pubic bone. And inhale. Exhale. Deep work. And only just about coming up, so you don't want to get a release up here. This is still full on, and then I'm going back again, right into it, so you don't get a break. And if you want to step it up even more, you place your hands up by your forehead or even behind your head and feel even more leverage now. Use your exhale, drawing the ribs in. And observe your belly. Observe your belly button to move inwards, inwards, more inwards. Hanging over your legs to take a break. And then the ball in your hand and will be propped onto that left shoulder. Now, if this is already enough for you, you might just do the ball side to side, or you lift up here and tap, 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 tap. Obliques. You're very light on that elbow. I could easily just come off it. Still making sure you're in a good position for that shoulder. Keep breathing. And exhale, inhale. 3, 2, and 1. Coming up, reaching forward. Take that stretch and don't cut it short. Deep breath. And then let's do the other side. onto the left elbow and lift off if you can. Tap and exhale. Drawing in the abs, making sure there's no push out. Especially on the inhale, which is much more fragile. And keep an eye on the right shoulder. Keep it happy, well placed, and light. 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming off and release forward. And then bring the soles of the feet together and the ball on your feet. And if you can, you place your head on the ball. Try to open through your knees, through your hips, and then just release all your weight, if there's any, to lean over. And if you can't reach the ball, no worries. Stretch and hang wherever you are. There's no goal to reach in the stretch other than it feeling good and it feeling productive to create some more tolerance. So try to be mindful of your body. It's a moment to check in. It's a moment to be in your body, present. And then come back. The ball goes into your upper back. And you have your hands behind the head. Now over the ball to really open your thoracic spine, making sure you have some control over your lumbar lower back. Inhale and then exhale. Really open. You want to support your head though and not hyperextend your cervical spine. But really let the ball work its way into your upper back, into your thoracic. And then inhale. And on your exhale, slowly coming up. And this is a moment to deepen the abs, pull them in, and do some extra work by doing that. And inhale. Exhale, pulling in tight into your back, into your gut. And inhale. And exhale. And then hold it here. Bring your elbows right under, slightly pushing off the ball and lifting off your legs. And then we're going to tap down and come back up. Now you keep stability, keep that flat pull in. And inhale. Exhale. And try to direct and steer from your core. Don't let the hip flexors be dominant. Ribs are closing. There's a lot of work for your neck flexors, deep neck flexors here, by just keeping your head up and your chin close to your chest. Some really good exercise for those to keep your neck happy and stable. Last 4. And 3. 2. And 1. And then put the feet down. Now the ball can go slightly further down, more like a bra line. And then over the ball so that your head can actually reach the mat. And this is where you either keep your hands behind the head, especially if your neck is a little fragile, or you let your head just be resting on the mat and you can open the arms And fully breathe into the arch. Feel your feet grounded, knees up, hips are sinking down. And one more deep breath here. And then collect your head, bring your chin close to your chest, and come all the way up. And then into a straddle. You can push from the back. If it's possible for you to be on your sit bones here, you can slowly walk your ball forward. If this is too much, place your hands here. Ensure my ball isn't going somewhere funny. Place your hands here and slowly push your hips forward so you can work your inside thighs into some more opening, creating space, creating tolerance. If you can keep your pelvis up here, you can walk forward and increase the stretch gently, making sure you're not pulling on your lower back. It's just a slow, gradual leaning into it. Leaning into the hips, into the inside thighs. And then come back. You can bring the ball between the knees and place the hands behind you, and then you just push all the way up and open your hips and open here. Maybe you're even going to look all the way back if this is nice for you. If not, you can always keep your head forward and just open the hips. And just 4 more. Drawing the abs in and go for a lot of length through your whole front. And then release. And inhale here, making sure you have enough space in the back, and exhale, rolling all the way down. The arms next to you, inhale. Exhale, roll up into a bridge. And inhale at the top. Exhale, slowly coming back down, and you still want to open through your hips, drawing in the abs, working your glutes. Inhale. Exhale, your feet are pressing down, your toes nicely spread out like gecko feet. Now lengthen your neck, open the shoulders, trying not to flare open your ribs, and slowly, gradually soften back down. And one more time. Including your pelvic floor, and then down. And then grab the ball and bring it underneath your sacrum. The arms are down your sides, and then you just roll side to side and stretch your spine into a side bend. Opening through the hips, releasing in the hip flexors. And then come back center. Bring the soles of the feet together and open through your knees. And try to really feel the opening right across your pelvic crests. Almost like a stretch into your transverse abdominis, but also a stretch for the inside thighs. Making sure you can rest in your shoulders and in your neck. Try to find your balance so that you can just sink down, vertically down into the mat. And deep breath. And releasing all the tension here. And then gather your knees. Place the feet Now just push all the way up, reach, 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 grab the ball, bring it out, and slowly rolling down. And then reach all the way up with your arms, legs out. Stretching both ways. And then one more deep inhale here. And then exhale, collect your legs and just curl all the way in. And then just rock a little bit. Stretching your lower back, releasing in your hips. And then inhale and exhale, coming up. And we're gonna finish cross-legged. Feel grounded on your sit bones, nice and open through your knees, released in your hip flexors, lifting up tall, and then take a deep inhale. Stretch out one more time. And then bring in all the good things, the fresh air, all the good thoughts and good vibes that you need into your heart. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please like and also follow and subscribe so you can be back soon. Thank you. If you like this workout, please consider supporting my channel by hitting the new Super Thanks button below. Any contribution is highly appreciated.